So Cam Reddish is uncertain at this point in the offseason. Cam, I understand what you're uncertain about, and no, Angel Reese does not look like Sid from Ice Age, okay? And anyone that says she does is just mean. Here we go, my boys. It is time. It is time, and yes, I just want to say up front, I did fix the microphone. I'm very, very sorry about last episode where many of you guys, especially if you were on like AirPods or headphones, could only hear me out of the left side. I have this M-Audio M-Track all set up now, waiting for my new SM7B to come because the first one was not setting up properly for whatever reason. Once that comes, though, everything's going to be perfect. It'll sound a lot better, but none of that matters right now, man, because it is NBA draft time. Yes, we have the 5th pick, but in such a stacked class. I mean, we know how the 2024 class was. It was, we needed this. We needed 2025 for, for the NBA draft to feel relevant again, and God, does it feel relevant, man. We got some guys in here that I am so excited about, and at 5, we really could, I mean, obviously we're not getting Cooper Flagg. I would say it's probably not likely we're getting Ace Bailey either. Nolan Traore, maybe, but there's a guy that I like even more, and that is Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper is such a good player in so many ways. Obviously, we know he needs to work on his leadership a little bit. He's a bit of a crybaby, but his instincts, especially defensively, are so good. And he's drawing comps to Jalen Brunson. Obviously, as a Knicks fan, I'm here for that. But we're going to go in and look at the draft combine at the very least, because I know some of you guys are going to want to see this, but I'm just going to go through this really quick just to see like the top 10 guys in each category here. And I will also show you where everybody signed as far as coaches go. There was only one real big, surprise, I guess you could say. And we only signed some like assistants, and we also got a head scout. But Boogie Fland, #1 in the sprint, man. So it looks like he is pretty fast. Dylan Harper, this surprises me because honestly, despite the Brunson comps that I've been hearing, he's not a very fast guy, but maybe he just had a good day that day at the combine. Vertical, Dink Pate, Ian Jackson, Kai Ba, VJ Edgecombe. We got 4 dudes at 44 in vert. Ace Bailey at 43, Isaiah Williams, Asa Newell, Drake Powell, Jaleel Bethea, and Jeffrey Thomas. I got to change that face for Asa. So this is what I'm concerned with, the jump shots. So the first thing we have here is the standing 15-footer. You've got Perez, AJ Barnett, Brett Collins, Noah Westbrook, VJ Edgecombe, Mikey Lau, Boogie Fland. Boogie Fland has been in the top a lot of these. We're going to have to look at Boogie Fland. Now, the college three-pointer, Bethea. We know this dude's a shooter. He's just a scorer in general. Dylan Harper, good to see him there. Jalen Parker, Brett Collins, Eric Garcia, Edgecombe, Perez, Fland, Westbrook, and Hawkins. Again, this is more just for you guys to see because I know, what most of these guys are all about. Here it is, the standing NBA 3. Jaleel Bethea still at the top of that as well. Jeffrey Thomas, Garcia, there's the top 10 for the standing NBA. And then the moving NBA 3, you've got Bethea, Harper, Jeffrey Thomas, Boogie Fland, Eric Garcia, VJ Edgecombe, Mikey Lau, Leon Gray, AG Barnett, and Jalen Parker. All right, boys, I showed you guys a combine because I knew there were some of you guys that were going to want to see that. But I got it. We got to get into this draft, man. Like, I'm too excited to not just jump into this thing right now. 2025 NBA draft. We got pick number 5, and we got the first pick in the second round. It's a stacked class. It is a stacked class. We know this. Let's jump into this thing and see how it unfolds. We know that the Charlotte Hornets are on the clock. I think we know what's going to happen here, but let's go ahead and advance it and see what happens. And I think we all knew this. We knew that this was what we expected, right? So Cooper Flagg, #1 overall in the draft, obviously, and pairing him with LaMelo Ball and B. Miller, man. And of course, they go with Ace Bailey because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they go with Ace Bailey, man? I mean, yeah, it was probably a pipe dream thinking that he was going to fall to us. I got a lot of pipe dreams in this draft, I guess, right? Like, I heard a couple people on YouTube mention in videos about him not being a good defender. Bro, what are you guys watching? Maybe he gets lost at times, but as far as ability is concerned, you can see, like, his motor is there, and he's got defensive skills. Once he gets to the league, he is going to be a problem on both ends. So now we got Utah up at #3. This is a big one, man, to see what they do here. They go Trey Johnson, the shooting guard out of Texas. Gonna have to see now. We're gonna have to see what Washington does at #4. There's one guy on the board. Well, there's several that are on the board, but there's one in particular that I'm curious about. Let's see where they go with their pick. They took the guy, man. They took the guy I wanted. Oh, man, but that's not a bad thing because there is still another guy that I really love. But I would have liked for Wayne to fall to us. But, man, Washington picks Wayne Carmichael. The 7'4" anomaly out of Kentucky, man. 7'4", 238 pounds. He doesn't have a jump shot, but his rim protection and his rebounding are just simply incredible, man. He's like a mini Wilt Chamberlain, to be honest. We're up, my boys. We are up. We're on the clock. San Diego's first ever NBA draft pick. It is now. So I talked about it already, man. I said before that if Cooper Flagg wasn't available, if Ace Bailey wasn't available, if Wayne Carmichael wasn't available, I wanted to go out and I wanted to get a playmaker. Dylan Harper is, to me, such a clear choice here. Now, a lot of people are going to say Nolan Traore. Yes, I get it. Nolan Traore, fantastic player, okay, out of France. One thing that you see about this guy when you watch, first of all, he's playing in a league where there is no 3 seconds, okay? The paint is clogged over there in the FIBA, in those FIBA games. He finds a way into the paint. He attacks the rim still and does such a great job at it. He's got such great foundational ball screen defense as well. There's so many things to like about him, and I haven't even talked about the playmaking yet. The one thing that I think that I don't like about him a little bit is that he does a lot of predetermining, okay? And what I mean by that is, in the NFL, you can predetermine where your receiver is going to be and throw the ball. In the NBA, you have to be a little bit more, your decision-making has to be a little more dynamic. And of course, with Dylan Harper, he's a lefty. His shooting form needs a little bit of work, but he's still a fantastic shooter. He also is a great defender. Not the fastest guy in the world, but he is explosive, if that makes sense. Dylan Harper is the guy, man. He is the guy. This is he's the one I want. DeLon Wright, step aside. Everybody else, this is our point guard of the future. Dylan Harper, welcome to San Diego, my boy. This is our guy. Out of Rutgers, 6'6", 215 pounds. Our first ever draft pick, and now we have our floor general of the future. Let's see what they say. He's the type of player opponents dread playing against. His tenacious on-ball defense and propensity to generate steals at will. Wildcats fans will love this guy. I love him already, man. And like I said, if we couldn't get Cooper Flagg, this was the next best thing to me. And the fact that he's here at 5 just shows you how stacked this class is. All right, let's keep it going. I'm going to get through some of these kind of quick. Rocco Zikarsky going at number 6 to the Houston Rockets. You know what, man? I got to say, Rocco Zikarsky is a guy that I don't know a ton about, but I have watched some of his games, like some of his highlights and stuff. He seems to be he hustles. And I will say that about this kid. He hustles, man, and he's big. They take Tyo Dwyer, another guy out of Australia, with the 7th pick, 6'10", wing out of Australia, man. Very, very good player. Having just turned 36, Bojan is not going to be playing many more years, it provides a perfect learning opportunity for Dwyer to develop comfortably at his own pace. Love it, man. I love this pick for them. And the Portland Trailblazers go with Mikey Lau, 6'3", point guard out of Syracuse, 8th overall. Very heavily recruited by Syracuse. Lau went on to have a successful collegiate career. That's going to be a problem for the whole rest of the league right there. Demetrius Outlaw is insane. Demetrius Outlaw and Ja Morant backcourt. That's going to be crazy. 6'7" shooting guard out of Duke. Told me heading into the draft they are after a shooting guard. Hey, listen, they got the right one, man. This kid shoots. He can shoot the lights out. Back in the NBA, what is their first pick going to be? They take Kamam Malak, man. We got to start getting on the phone with some of these other GMs. See who might want to make a deal. See, I know the Spurs have a lot of picks, and OKC probably does as well. The Pelicans, but Kamam Malak, man, he is a bit of a project. He's a bit raw, but wow, is he impressive. Let's see what the Pelicans go with. They go with Nolan Traore. Bro, I'm going to be honest. I like this pick. For them. The fact that he fell to number 11, it's like that's a no-brainer at that point, right? All right, we got to get on the phone and make a trade, though. Let's see here. Seattle, who's got the picks? I want to look at the Thunder real quick. They've got 13, 19, and 21. Let's see what the Spurs have. First, let's see what the market's going to be for something like 13. Just out of curiosity, Clarkson and Filipowski, Furphy and Clarkson, Wiggins, no. AJ Green and Clarkson, they either want Clarkson or Wiggins. Let's see, let's go to the Spurs first. What would it take to get me number 16? Clarkson, okay. Wiggins, no. Jalen Smith and Jalen Wilson, and I get a 26 first-round pick. Swap worse with, and I get the better of the picks between the Spurs and the Hawks. That might be our deal right there. Wilson and Clarkson. I love Jalen Smith, but man, oh man, and he's on a friendly contract too. All right, you know what? I'm not going to question it. Jalen Smith, I love you, man. I really wish we could keep you around, but to get pick 16 and to get a 26 first rounder, bro, like, and the trade slider on 99, yeah, this is a must. We have to do this. Let's make this trade right now with the San Antonio Spurs. Cha-ching, boom, they agree, and now we're on the clock in, what, 4 picks from now. All right, you got Toronto up on the clock now. Who do they pick? They go with Drake Powell. Wow, that's a good pick. I'm going to be honest. I was kind of hoping that he would be one of the guys that would be there, but it's okay. Oklahoma City on the clock. They go with Jaden King out of Kentucky. So the Brooklyn Nets are up next, my boys. Jaden King, man, I'm surprised that he fell to this point. Let's see, Brooklyn up next. They took Tyo Dwyer with their first pick. Who did they go with here? They go Jeffrey Thomas, the 6'4" point guard out of Tennessee. So they went with the wing the first time around. Now they go with their point guard of the future, the heater on the clock. They go with Enrique Perez. Oh, man, Enrique Perez. What a fantastic pick there for the Heat, to be honest. They get their point guard now. I mean, I know Rozier is there still, but this is still a great pickup for them. They gave us the guy that I wanted. Liam McNeeley is still on the board. He's not the flashiest player out there, okay? He is not a guy that you look at and say, oh, my God, he's going to be like a superstar one day. But he is NBA ready as far as shooting is concerned. And he has a good feel for the game. He's almost got a Dalton Connect feel. Like, he's almost Dalton Connect plus from this last draft. And he's younger, too. Let me just do my due diligence, though. Michael Ruzic is still here. Isaiah Williams is a great player. Martin Burrow still here. Noah Sengue out of France. Nolan Traore's teammate is still here. Liam McNeeley, welcome to San Diego, my boy. Yes, we want to draft this player. Like I said, it's a no-brainer for me, considering the fact that his shooting is just NBA ready, and one of the things that we needed is shooting. 6'7" out of Connecticut. Yeah, this is a great pick for us. McNeeley showed his range at the draft combine by making more NBA three-pointer. Yeah, see, there it is right there. The proof's in the pudding, my boys. 6'7", 194. Boston up next. I was thinking about calling them up about this pick, but we don't do business with the Boston Celtics, bro. We do not have a working relationship with this team, okay? Let's see who they go with. They go with Boogie Fland. Of course, they would go with one of my favorite players. My dream was honestly to have Cooper Flagg and Boogie Fland. Like I said, that was the dream scenario. But now I see he would not have fell to us down in the second round, which is where I expected him to fall. We have a trade to announce, okay? All right, so there's a trade going down here. Let's see what it is. It is the Spurs and the Wizards. They are sending Kyle Kuzma and Sadiq Bey to the Spurs for a 26 first rounder via the Hornets and 18 overall this year. Wow, man. Wizards out here making moves. Same with the Spurs. They go Isaiah Williams, the 6'8" wing out of Connecticut. Our boy Liam McNeely's teammate this last season. Man, great pickup there. And they go with Jacob Towns Jr., the 6'3" wing out of Miami with the 20th overall pick. Going to pair him with now Rocco Zikarsky, Jalen Green, Reed Shepard, Alperen Şengün, Jabari Smith. That team is so stacked. But Jacob Towns Jr., some of these guys they don't even give us their opinions on. But OKC on the clock, they go with Kai Ba, the shooting guard, 6'8" shooting guard out of Tennessee. The Jazz, I just skipped past it really fast by total accident. They traded this pick to the Los Angeles Lakers. The only one I saw up there was Rui Hachimura. There was other stuff involved. I have to go back and look and pause the video for you guys and show it. But the Lakers are now on the clock. They take Knighton John Martinborough, 6'10" out of Canada with the 22nd pick. Bro, the fact that you got Ace Bailey and BJ Edgecombe in the same draft after being the number 1 seed a season ago is not fair. That's not fair, bro. VJ Edgecombe sliding all the way to 23. They take Tracy Peterson. Tracy Peterson out of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Let's see what they say. All 25 reps. Yeah, this was the strong dude that I was talking about earlier. Up next, the Pacers on the clock. They go with Igor Demin out of BYU. This is a guy who I also like. He's an international prospect. Now, I will say the Luka comps are a little bit premature, but the fact that, I think his kid's out of Russia as well, but he's like a big guard, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people are comparing him to Luka is for that reason. But yeah, he's a big guard, very gifted playmaker. There's a lot of things I like about him. As you see, the Brooklyn Nets going after DeAndre Jackson Jr., the 7'3" big man out of Southeastern CC. What is that? Southeastern what? CC usually stands for community college, but maybe that's what it is. 5-star All-American recruit coming out of high school. Either way, man, great pickup for the Nets. The Nets are doing their thing in this draft as the Clippers take Jimmy Benson, 6'11" out of Rutgers, teammate of Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. Definitely will be interesting to see where they go with their pick. Oh, man. Anybody that watched the Badger series last year knows why I am chuckling at this pick. Theo Wheeler, 6'10", out of Florida A&M. Theo Thick, as we like to call him. What a beast of a player, man. And he is going back to Orlando, where he belongs. We got Golden State on the clock. I know a lot of you guys are going to be interested to see where they go. And we still have our second-round pick, which is first overall. Let's keep that in mind. They go with Asa Newell out of Georgia. 6'10" power forward. He's a very good finisher, and and a decent rim protector, but he gets bullied a lot in the paint. So that's something he's going to have to definitely add to his frame. Kyle Kerr. So Kyle Kerr, Steve Kerr used to play for them as well. So another Kerr coming to San Antonio, and one of the best three-point shooters in the class. That's about all I can tell you about this guy, Kyle Kerr. My New York Knicks, who went to the NBA Finals against the Minnesota Timberwolves in this past season, are now on the clock. Let's see where they go. They go Dink Pate. What a fantastic pickup. Kid that actually originally was with the G League Ignite, and showed some promise. Showed some flashes of why, he wows people with the fact that he moves so well for his size, I think. It just dawned on me that there are at least two guys off the top of my head that are still on the clock. I'm not even going to name who they are. I don't want to jinx it. Oh, man, that was one of them. Oh, my God, that was one of the guys that I was thinking of. How did he drop to 32, bro? Hugo Gonzalez out of Spain with the 32nd pick in the draft, bro. To say that this is a steal is a gross understatement. He is a almost guaranteed lottery pick for 2025. So as many of you know, we usually speed through the second round. I am going to make our pick here, obviously. That marks the end of the first round. Let's get Mark Tatum in here to start us on the second round. We are up, my boys. It's us right now. And both of the guys, actually, two of the three guys that I was thinking of are right here at the top. Michael Ruzic and Noah Asengwe. I don't know how I could possibly pass up Noah Asengwe. Colin Murray Boyles is a guy that I also like a lot, man. Jaleel Bethea is here as well. Carter Bryant is here. But I think that Noah Asengwe almost has to be the guy, right? Like, he has to be. Yeah, man, I mean, we lost Jalen Smith. The fact that Westbrook is still here is nice, but, I mean, I wanted a big, honestly. Man, Trevor Clark is here. I think I have to go with Asengwe here, though. I don't think there's anything, like, this dude moves like a guard at 6'10". Obviously needs to add to his frame a bit, but just, and he's a good rebounder. We've lost Jalen Smith by making our trade. I think that it is time to bring in Noah Asengwe and see if maybe we can snag a big in free agency. Boom. Noah Asengwe, welcome to the San Diego Wildcats. That is an exciting pick for us, honestly. The fact that he even dropped to us, especially because I think he's like a top 20 projected player in 2025. Drops to us, first pick in the second round. I am happy with that. Let's go ahead and speed through this second round. And, I might just speed through it and show you guys the summary at the end. The Nets go with Jarek Harsko out of Rutgers, small forward. Memphis ends up going with Omar Benheim. So he will be, that'll be good for him to be, to kind of be under the tutelage of Jaren Jackson over there in Memphis. Charlotte ends up going with DJ Timms out of Southwest Tennessee. Minnesota up on the clock. They go with Noah Westbrook. That's a cool pickup right there, Noah Westbrook. Now we've got Sacramento up on they get Michael Ruzic, bro. I was wondering how far he was going to fall. I just couldn't pass up Asengwe. It actually kind of pains me now, though, to see Ruzic here go into the Sacramento Kings. Oklahoma City up on the clock. They go with Rome de Este out of France, the shooting guard. Surprised to see him drop. There's so many guys in this class that I'm surprised to see drop because it's such a talented class. Abel Cagayan going to the Detroit Pistons out of the Philippines, 7'1", great player. Supersonics, they take Hussein Badair, 6'5", out of the Congo, point guard. Now they got their point guard of the future because This is a steal for them here. Los Angeles up on the clock again. They get Donnie Freeman, another guy I'm surprised dropping to the second round. I mean, I guess he's kind of a fringe first rounder, but I like his game. So the 76ers made a trade with the Charlotte Hornets, swapping a couple of picks and stuff. So it was like second rounders, and they get Carter Bryant out of Arizona. Great pick, another guy that I like a lot. We got the Pistons up on the clock, and they get DJ Porter Jr., the center out of Jackson State, presumably to play off the bench behind Jalen Duren. Let's see what we got up here next. Celtics on the clock. Don't even care who they go with. They get Jalen Parker, point guard out of Florida State. I really like this guy a lot, actually. So that's a cool pickup for them. Philly on the clock again. Takes Austin Brownlee, point guard. Colin Murray-Boyles finally off the board to the Orlando Magic. That's a cool pickup for them. Got San Antonio. They take Trevor Clark, the center out of UCLA. Finn McCool to the Orlando Magic out of the College of Charleston, 6'7" wing. Brooklyn on the clock again. They take Itzan Almansa out of Spain. Great pickup for them. Really like, I was actually considering maybe going with him with my second round pick, but having Noah Esengwe there, man, that was that was the way to go in my opinion. The Lakers taking Jimmy Jackson, 7'1" center out of Duke. With their second round pick, one of their second round picks. Cleveland taking Alex Caravan, bro. The fact that he fell this far, oh my God. Bro, did not expect Alex Caravan. I didn't even see him on the board still. Bro, how can one team get so lucky, bro? The Hawks get Jaleel Bethea, 6'4" point guard out of Miami, man. What a draft for them, bro. I mean, that's incredible to me. Sacramento, they're going to get Amos Guemo out of Arizona, 6'8" wing. The Spurs back on the clock again, take Leon Gray. Great pickup for them, man, to play, I guess, behind... Stephon Castle, or is Chris Paul still there? I don't know. I thought we gave him his farewell tour as John Green goes to the Pacers. I think Miles Turner's a free agent, so good pickup for them. The Washington Wizards take another center to play with Wayne Carmichael, Moshe Dayan, 7'1" out of Kentucky. Orlando grabbing a big man here, 7'5" out of Long Island, Gwyn Beckett, somebody that I think is kind of a project player. Still a good pickup for them nonetheless. Got the Knicks on the clock. They take Russ Wallace, the center out of BYU. Pretty, good pickup for them. Again, Lakers, one more time. Gerald Russell, 6'5" center out of Wisconsin. Wow, that's small for a center. I'm not going to hold you. 6'5" is crazy. Oklahoma City taking the point guard Bo Dennis. Washington on the clock again. They take Eric Garcia. One pick away from going to the Mavericks. And then the last pick in the draft will be the Dallas Mavericks. And they'll take Kwame Evans Jr., a guy that I think will probably be way higher than this. Probably like early second round if I had to guess. So that brings us to the end of the draft. I am noticing that there were some players, like #add players, that were not drafted. If that were the case, you guys can let me know if you'd like to be added to next year's draft or if you would like to be an undrafted free agent. Just let me know in the comments or in the Discord, however you want to contact me. But I think that there was only a couple players, I think, that weren't drafted. So that brings us to the rookie signing. I'm going to go in and actually control all 32 teams because I want to make sure that any of the players that we added in are actually signed to contracts, even if it's only a 1 year, deal, like a second round deal or whatever, whatever it is. I'm going to make sure that they all get signed. Bro, I didn't even have to go through and do that. They literally are deciding to sign all their draft picks, which is awesome. So now taking a look at the team player options, I think that we probably want all three of these, right? Definitely want Bufkin and Brown. 8.1 million. Is he worth that, I guess, is the question, right? I don't know, man. Now, I'll keep him, whatever. Qualifying offer, Jabari Walker. I don't think I need him. I don't know if I really need Jabari Walker like that, but I'll extend it just in case. We won't match anything if it comes his way, though. Now we're in moratorium. We know that right off the bat, we are looking for a big. We have money. We got money to spend, boys, like big time. So let's take a look at these centers. I know that most of these guys, all right, most of them are actually unrestricted. Why is Duren in here, bro? Why does this game do this with Jalen Duren? I'll never understand it. But it's just, it's cheese for us to go after him. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, he should not be here. I don't know, man. I feel like that this game is just screaming for us to get Jalen Duren at this point. I just feel like everybody does it. Maybe I go for Naz Reid. I really do like Naz Reid, especially considering he can shoot the three. Duren cannot do that, and that is something that is a kind of a big deal. We want a rebounder, though. Like, that's another thing. Naz Reid, not the best at rebounding the ball. I don't hate the idea of John Collins being on this team. Should we throw like a crazy offer at Şengün just to see what happens? I mean, like, he's got 11 offers and every single one of them is absolute trash. He's expecting almost 50 million. I don't know. That's a lot, though. You know what? I am going to throw an offer at Jalen Johnson. He is restricted, but I'm obviously none of these are going to get it done. Would they match me at this point? Considering they just got Ace Bailey. Yeah, bro, I feel like the combination of drafting Ace Bailey and then getting Reece Asher the year prior, that might be enough for them to say, you know what, we won't. I'm gonna throw an offer at him. Let's go at like 19.75 million, and let's give him like I don't think the option matters because he'll be interested either way, I think. But yeah, I'll go to 2+1. Let's offer him that and see what he says. I don't think that the big of the future is here for us, though. What if we just threw an offer to John Collins and maybe made it like a 2-year deal with a team option? And I'm willing to give you the 23 million. I guess, right? Like 23.15, I guess. Is fine on a 1+1, kind of like I guess you could say prove it deal. I mean, he's kind of like, is this his prime? I don't know. I think he is what he is at this point. And then looking at the rest of the roster, I think like, do we maybe bring in a veteran point guard? I think I want to save my like max contracts for next year. Because there's nobody really that's here that I want to bring in right now. I don't want to ruin what we have going. And there's just nobody that blows me away at this point. Like, who could we bring in as a vet? Maybe Monty Morris. Monty Morris could be a very, very good mentor. And he fits our system beautifully. You know, let me see what badges Monty Morris has. If he has, like, the shooting badges, unpluckable, versatile, visionary, lies for high, okay. Break starter, float game, bailout. Yeah, I don't know. I want somebody that's got, like, shooting badges. Oh, okay. Campaign actually has gold mini marksman. He's got shifty shooter. He's got silver deadeye. Yeah, campaign. This is the guy we want. This is the guy we want right here. He's on that's a beautiful contract, and he can be a good mentor for us. Let's negotiate with campaign. I'm going to even give him more than just the minimum because I want him that bad, and we'll go with like a 1+1. He's only 30 years old, right? Like, why not? Man, just out of curiosity, I do want to see like what offer he has here. Okay, so the Pistons are offering him a good deal. Maybe they do want him back. I don't know. Whatever. Naz Reid, he's got one offer. Let's see. It is the Timberwolves. All right, so these guys, their teams do want them. But yeah, like guys like Turner and Şengün, they don't have any deals, man. They don't have any good deals. Let's see what we get, though. Let's move forward. Recap screen. Let's see. And we got all three of the guys that we wanted. Again, like I said, man, this is kind of just more of a, 1-year thing with John Collins because our big of the future is not here yet. We either get it in next year's free agency, maybe next year's draft, maybe via trade. Who knows, but it's not in this free agency class. Jabari Walker prepared to accept an offer from the Pels. I'm not going to match it. I don't think I'm going to match it because I don't think I need him. 2 years. There's no chance I am matching that. Let's get through this moratorium and make sure that we get the guys that we want. Cam Reddish, bro. I told you earlier, bro, you're uncertain, and we are uncertain if we even want you around at this point. Oh, that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. We don't have many guys that are, like, good overall, but this is I like this roster right now. I love this roster. Did we get Cameron Payne? Yes, we did. All right, we got everybody that we wanted. So we didn't make any, like, huge splash in free agency here, but I don't think we didn't really need to. It wasn't, like, a big deal for us. There wasn't anybody really there. Unless we went for Jamal Murray, which wouldn't make a whole lot of sense considering we just drafted Dylan Harper and we've got Carlton Carrington as the guy who may be like our 2-guard moving forward. And we've got Jordan Clarkson. So we didn't need to go spending a bunch of money on a guy like Jamal Murray, who I'm not really even certain was our long-term answer anyway. But having Jalen Johnson back, having a Sengue behind him, man, I am happy with what we have going on in this team right now. Yeah, man, John Collins, again, not the long-term answer, but he will work for now. And that's our team, boys. That is our team. We have everything that we need right now. We can just move on through free agency and see what everyone else does. We can sit back and watch the show at this point and go straight to player progression. Oh my goodness. Boys, this is what I was waiting to see right here. So now we have 380 overalls on the team, one of which is Aaron Wiggins, who just went up 2 overall during this season here. He's an 80. We got Jalen Johnson, John Collins, Kobe Buffkin, both guys were former Atlanta Hawks, by the way. Buffkin goes up 5 overall to a 77. Bub Carrington, 6 overall to a 76. Dylan Harper, straight out of the draft at a 78, is fantastic. Brown up 3 overall to a 79. Filipowski up to a 74. Furphy up to a 73. McNeeley, it says he's down 1, but I saw on the recap screen that he was a 76, so I don't know why it says that, but it does that sometimes, whatever. Campaign, 75 overall is fine. He didn't go down, which is cool for a 30-year-old. Paul Reed, still a 75, is fine. Asengwe is a 74. Clarkson goes down 5 overall. That's a little bit rough, but it's okay. AJ Green stays at a 72. But I am liking the way this team is looking right now, man. We had a very, very good draft, great draft, and a good offseason altogether, in my opinion. So I know there's a lot of you guys that do like to see what happens out throughout the summer league and all that. What I'm going to do is I am going to make a save right here for you guys. That way I can release a scenario, and if you guys want to go through the summer league and see how everything plays out, by all means, you guys can do that. But just for the purpose of the video and the way that I'm doing the new format, I'm not going to go through the whole summer league. But like I said, man, definitely download the scenario if you guys want to go through it and, see what happens and see who wins it all. So here we go. I'm going to make a special save right here in slot 15 for you guys. My face is in the way, but it's loaded. It's saving it right now. But if you guys want to go ahead and download the scenario, I'm going to be naming it CodenameSteev. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys right now. Just go into scenarios. Make sure you don't go into like the save setup part. You go into the actual scenario part and either search my gamer tag, which is CodenameSteev, or search for Codename25. And of course, out of curiosity, let's have a look at where some of these other free agents went. I'm going to focus on like the bigger names, but you guys will see here, like, you'll see all of it. Kason Wallace to the Nets. Pistons did get Jalen Duren back, so that's a welcome sight. Glad to see that happened at least. Josh Christopher back to the Heat. Let's see here. Jaden Hardy to the Mavericks, man. Kessler Edwards. Let's see if there's any big names in here. So the Pacers got Tyus Jones. The Kings got Trey Jones. Ben Simmons to the Raptors. Bones Highland to the Nets. The Lakers ended up getting D'Angelo Russell back. Okay, that's not bad. Let's see. The Bucks with Markelle Fultz. Bulls re-sign Lonzo again to 3 more years. Okay. Kevin Porter Jr. went to the Knicks. Bro, I am about to remove him from this league. The Suns get Karis LeVert. Warriors grabbed the veteran Malcolm Brogdon, former Rookie of the Year. The Lakers got Chris Paul, bro. Oh, my goodness. So, LeBron James leaves. Chris Paul, Uncle Chris Paul coming in to play with Bronny James, maybe mentor him, I guess. The Celtics got Bol, okay. Etan Almansa ended up not being picked up by the Brooklyn Nets, so he goes to the Grizzlies. Steven Adams to the Bulls. The Wizards signed Jimmy Butler. So Jimmy Butler wants to end his career in Washington. He wants to go play with Alex Sarr and Wayne Carmichael. So, yeah, we'll have to see how that all plays out. The Timberwolves did get Naz Reid back. Mavericks did get Kyrie back. Nuggets get Jamal Murray back. We got Jalen Johnson, obviously. The Bulls hang on to Josh Giddey. The Rockets hang on to Jalen Green. Let's see. So I thought maybe I was tripping. I had to go check. Şengün did get picked up by the Rockets on another contract, and it looks as if Miles Turner... Wait, did I pass him? Because I saw this a second ago. Miles Turner went to the Golden State Warriors, which is actually pretty cool. I think that's a decent fit for him. So, yeah, those two guys, I didn't see them on the list. Maybe I went past them too quick or something like that. But, yeah, they were picked up by on decent contracts, I guess. So, for the All-Star, they already have it in place as San Francisco, which is realistic. So, we will leave it that way. That is good to see. And then for the rookie class, we already have one in the works. So I'll go ahead and say auto-generate the rookies because I'm going to replace it with our custom class anyway. And that is going to bring us to the point where we will advance to the next season, my boys. And in the next episode, we will be playing the very first game of 2026 with this new, 25-26 with this brand new roster, man, that we have put together. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, finally got through the draft and the free agency and the entire offseason. I'm so glad that I have you guys here along with me for the journey. If you're rocking with me and you're not subscribed yet, man, consider joining me on this journey and the others that we have going on, man. We got plenty more coming. If you had a good time in this video, leave it a like, man. Leave it a like for Dylan Harper and leave it a like for Cam Reddish, who is hopefully not uncertain anymore wherever he may be. But as always, man, thank you guys so much for all the love and support recently, man. It has been absolutely incredible. Cannot tell you guys how much you guys mean to me, man. Everything that you guys do every single day is just, I love every single one of you guys that supports, every single one of you guys that watches. Man, you guys are my true family. We will be back very soon, and I'll catch you boys in the next one.